Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're talking about comic book shop etiquette, specifically the do's and don'ts of how you should act when you're in a comic book shop. If any of you have followed the channel for any length of time, you may have realized that I've made some mistakes at some of these comic book shops. So I thought, you know what? Let me impart on you, the viewer, of the do's and don'ts when going to your local comic book shop. The local comic book shop is kind of like the hub, the place you go to when you are trying to share your passion, when you're trying to get your new items, when you're trying to experience new stories and relate to the other people in this beautiful comic book community. But hold your horses. Some people may not act the right way when going to these shops. The first thing you don't want to do when you go into a comic book shop is ask, where are the keys? So this is something that, your boy Sticky Goose has made many mistakes, and this is one of them. So when you go in, you bust through the door, and I mean bust through the door. Like when you first get to a comic book shop, you want to open that door just aggressively. Like there's probably going to be some kind of jingle bells like on the door. Let's get those things ringing. Like open that door, crank it open, and then make your presence known immediately. You want everybody to be looking at you when you walk into that shop, whether that be the owner, the other patrons, the guys over there just, playing Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever. You want them to know that you're there. Shortly after making your presence known, you want to go right up to the counter and say, "Where are the keys?" Say it with me. We can all say it together. Where are the keys? Now, the comic book shop owner will take this one of two ways. This is this etiquette moment of whether he's going to be like, right here, sir. Let me heed to your every beck and call. Or you can get the hell out of my shop right now. That's the two ways it's going to go. Now, the next thing you need to do when you're browsing is really just kind of go at it in the bins. Like when you're in those long boxes and you're hunting, really flip through those books. Like get your money's worth when you're getting through there. Like, lift up the books aggressively, kind of get them down back into the box quickly too. And, if stuff's not bagged and boarded, they don't care about it. So just, get through it as quickly as you possibly can. Ask for dollar deals. So basically take a book up to the counter and say, if it's not been priced, say, is this $1? Because everything should be $1 in there that's not priced. And that brings me to my next point. Ask for deals. These comic book shop owners, they're trying to pull a fast one on you anyway. So you need to try to pull a fast one on them. Ask for deals. Try to get bottom dollar for something that is a high dollar item. If you ask for a key off the wall, ask for basically an unreasonable amount when you're trying to get a good price. Like if something's for $100, start at $25. That's a good starting point and definitely going to make you fast friends with your comic book shop owner buddy. The next thing you definitely might not want to do is start trading or ask for trades or try to sell your comics in the shop. Now, I'm not only talking about trading and selling to the shop owner. What you definitely don't want to do is start talking to the other patrons while in the shop and be like, "Hey, do you want to trade?" Or, "Hey, would you be interested in some slabs I have in my bag?" What this will do is this will completely trigger the person behind the counter. And they may throw you out, but if you don't get thrown out, you're in for a real treat because you may be able to sell some stuff to an unsuspecting other patron. As you're looking and as you're hunting, just make a mess of the place. Like, who cares? The place is already a dump. So like when you're getting into those long boxes and you're seeing some stuff you don't want, just throw it on top of like another long box. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like they're not going to clean it up anyway. The guy behind the counter hasn't gotten up other than to pick up his DoorDash order in years. So if they don't care about it, why should you? Another thing you should be really doing is flexing your knowledge, because if there's anything I know, is that the comic book shop owner, you have to prove yourself to them. So after you've demanded where are the keys, after you've asked if a $100 item, you could get it for $1, then start telling them how much you know. Start talking about Crisis on Infinite Earth. Start talking about alternate universe Supermans. Just talk about how much you know about Golden Age comics. Like, talk about some of those obscure characters. Start talking about the Justice Society and like its original members. Start talking about Our Man. You know what I mean? Like, talk about the Sandman, but not like Neil Gaiman Sandman, but talk about the original Sandman. Like, that's the kind of stuff you want to be flexing. Start just showing how much you know so that the owner can be like, oh my God, this guy really knows his stuff. And then that's going to allow you to get some awesome deals and maybe make fast friends with him, because it's like, wow, this guy, he's not just another schlep coming in here. And do the same thing with other customers. So if you see another customer browsing, perusing, maybe the new comic book day stuff, come over to him and say, just give him a little nudge and say, that's no good, or you don't want to buy that, or, start giving them critiques on the stuff that they're buying. If you see something in their hands, maybe steer them in another direction. So like if you see, they've got Absolute Batman number 4 or whatever we're on now, say, hey, it kind of peters off after issue 2. Or, you see him getting the next Amazing Spider-Man title by Dan Slott, say, he's woke. You don't want that. Basically, you want to influence the customers as well as the owners. Start getting in their heads, getting into their psyche. Establish dominance almost immediately. Tell other people how much you know about this stuff so that they can know that you're the real deal. And that leads me to my last point. Leave a lasting impression. You want the people there to have known you've been there. Now, I know a lot of you guys are not comic book YouTube people, and congratulations for that. Because let's just face facts, it's a freaking nightmare doing this. But with all that out of the way, if you don't have a strap on and you don't have a selfie stick and you're in there, videoing this, your whole experience at this comic book shop, thinking anybody gives a shit about it, you want to leave a lasting impression. Leave an absolute wake of destruction in your path. Knock some stuff off the walls. Like I said, leave the comic books on top of the long boxes. Inflict as much pain and punishment on the ears and the eardrums of not only the shop owners but the other people there. Plug your YouTube, plug your Instagram, plug your eBay and your whatnot. That's the key. Basically tell everybody who you are, what you're doing there, and why you're there. Leave a lasting impression, just as I have with you guys. Guys, if at any point in time you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, subscribe for more. Take care.